Hi, everyone, and welcome to Miss Matchmaker Live. If you don't know me, I am Denise Levy, and I actually work at Matchmaker Gulf Coast. I've been a professional matchmaker for nearly 20 years. And today we have a very special guest joining us from Orange County in California, Miss Julia Bendez from Match by Julia.
Hi,
Julia,
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Can you give us a little bit of history about yourself and how you got involved in the industry?
Yes, well, I've been doing this forever, since I was a kid, I think. It's kind of in my blood. My mom did this, my grandma did this. I think it's a Russian thing. You know, I always say we only care about two things, if you're hungry and if you're single, and we can help with both. So, and yeah, I've been doing this for over 15 years as an actual business. And I am in Orange County. I'm between LA and San Diego, but I work with clients anywhere from LA down to San Diego, men, women, all ages. So, you know, I pretty much take on everyone. I work with everyone's budgets. So that's kind of what I do. Relationship, dating, coaching, matchmaking.
Excellent. And if anyone wanted to get in touch with you, they can reach you through your website, which is matchbyjulia.com.
Yes, that's the best way, yes.
Okay, great. Well, tonight we thought we would dedicate some time to how to survive the holidays being single. And basically what we're going to talk about are a few different things that will kind of get us through the holiday season, because we know it can be tough for a lot of people. And it really is a matter of perception and how you see it. And so what we want to do tonight is really get you to switch your perception of, you know, being single and being alone as being a bad thing into being more of a good thing and appreciating it. So one of the things Julie and I had spoke of earlier was what we refer to as an attitude of gratitude. Do you want to jump in a little bit with gratitude, Julia?
Yeah, and I think it just means that don't complain about what you don't have, right? But be grateful for what you do have, and especially around the holidays. Instead of whining and complaining that you're single, get out there and visit places where other singles may be at. You know, if you don't have kids, grab a nephew or a niece or a friend's kid, go to the playground, go to the dog park if you have dogs. So go visit a shelter, go to the food bank, go help a charity, because that's really, people that are single have the time to do that, you know, or go do something for others.
Absolutely. And we talked a little bit last week, Julia, about contribution and that being one of the 6 human needs, and how by using contribution and fulfilling that need, you actually fill several of the other human needs. And so when we talk about this, it's not just about doing for others, but it's actually about doing for yourself. Because when you are doing something for someone else, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel rewarded. You know, one of the things that I try to tell my clients, if they're not involved in any outside activities other than work, is find something where you can volunteer once a month. Around the holiday season, what I see is that really hurts and affects the most in a bad way are a lot of the elderly. And so one of the things that my co-host Jeremiah, who's not with us today, what he does is on Sundays, he goes and volunteers at one of the nursing homes. And it just brings so much joy to these people who are lonely and, you know, sometimes ill and not doing so well. And so anything like that, not only will it bring a smile to your face, but for them, it just means the world. And so by giving back to the community, giving back to people who actually need something, that you're bringing a smile to their face, it's going to make you feel good as well.
Right, exactly. Whenever you help others, it makes you feel good, and you don't feel like you're just sitting around on a couch eating and complaining, you know, another holiday season being alone. So get out there and do something for other people. And elderly, especially like you said, really need people to visit them. And people don't think about that. They don't think about going to, you know, older communities to visit and help, and even just serve them dinner or to dance with them. You know, they do have a lot of
Yeah,
activities that they do, play bingo with them. And you never know who may show up or who may have a grandson to introduce you to. That's how it
exactly.
happens. So,
Well, and it's about opening your social circles. You may
right,
not think you're going to meet anybody in a situation like that, but what if somebody else had the same idea and they're doing the exact same thing? They're in your age group and they're single. So it just gives you more exposure
right,
and you're doing good. You know, you can bake some cookies. They don't have to be made from scratch. Get one of those little refrigerated cookie doughs and bring in some cookies. You know,
right,
it's just the simplest little things. And believe me, you know, we just
right.
had a charity event on Thursday evening, and it was so much fun. We had so many good people come out and join us, and we raised both food and money for Harvest House in Destin that works with families in need. And today we dropped
Yeah.
off all nations, and it touched my heart just showing up with 3 huge boxes of food and a big check. You know,
Oh,
so
that's
it's
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's being
amazing. That's wonderful.
it is, and it's like it's just giving back makes you feel just as good as it makes the recipient. So keep that in mind. Contribution is big. And you know, one other point that I wanted to make about the attitude of gratitude is I suggest to all of my clients that in December you start what I call a gratitude list. And whether you can add one thing to that list each day or 2, 3, 4 things to that list, just start it and every day add something to it. And then throughout the day, just pull it out, look at it. If something hits you, jot something else down. And by the end of December,
Right.
you're going to have this like 3-page document of all the things that you're grateful for. How could you possibly feel bad?
Right. Yeah, it's true. And you know, there's been many studies done when people feel depressed. One of the things that helps them to get over that, to feel better, is to help other people and really make a difference. And it does get you out of that funk, and it helps you to feel better, and you know you're doing something, you're helping someone. So especially at this time of year and you got the time off, why not use that time to do something good for others? It's really
Absolutely.
a great time. So nobody should feel bad about that. And you never know who you may meet along the way. That's how people meet, through friends,
Exactly.
and
Yes.
it's the more the
And if
better.
and like you said, with friends, it's not something that you necessarily have to do alone. Call up one of your single friends and say, hey, let's go do this for a couple of hours and have fun with them
Right.
together. You know, you don't have to do it all by yourself. One of the other
Exactly.
good things that I came up with too is, as far as giving back, is the theory of being out with the old and with the new. And what I mean by that is, in the idea of contribution and giving, go through your closet, get rid of all those clothes that you haven't worn in 2 years, bring them over to one of the, you know, charity associations, you know, a Goodwill or whatnot, and just even donate some clothes, some blankets, a winter coat, anything. All of those things are appreciated. And what it does for you too is it leaves room for you to open up and determine what your new style is going to be for the next year. And we're going to be talking a little bit about that towards the end of our conversation. But keep that in mind too, out with the old and in with the new. And
Right.
a little
I
random
totally
act of kindness will get you whistling and into the Christmas spirit. Believe me, it does. I'm still high off of going to Harvest House today.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, because there's companies that I have volunteered with and worked with, like Working Wardrobes out here in Orange County, who need the clothes, and they donate clothes to people coming out of homelessness, people coming out of abusive relationships, and literally leaving their house with nothing but clothes on their back. Kids' clothes. I mean, they need everything: shoes, socks. I mean, one of the biggest things people ask for are socks and underwear, which you don't think about. So they don't have to be designer clothes either. Whatever you know, my rule is, you haven't worn it in 6 months, you're probably not going to wear it again, you know, 6 months to a year.
Yeah,
So
so why not move
I think
on?
there's some great charities that will take your clothes that you haven't worn. And you know, like I said, Working Wardrobes is one of the best ones out here where we are. So that's a
That's
great
great.
point.
Yeah, yeah. And I know with Harvest House, like the one that we just did our benefit for, they take all the clothes and they sell them in a thrift store and use the money to buy
Yep.
food for their pantry so that they can feed people in need.
Right.
You
Yep.
know,
Yeah.
that's just amazing. So not to
Yeah.
dwell on the same
It's
subject, I want to just kind of move along a little bit, but we've got, of course, the attitude of gratitude and contribution. The next thing that I came up with, and Julia, jump in when you're ready, as far as trying to survive the holidays being single, is to say yes. And what we mean by saying yes is not to give up those excuses about how you can't make it to this event or you don't want to go to this party because you're just down and you're not in the right mood for it. No, don't stay home and have a pity party. Say yes to every little event, no matter how much you dread it, no matter how much you think it's going to be boring or, you know, whatever it's going through your mind. 9 out of 10 times, once you're there, you're going to have fun. And again, it's a good way to open your social circles, to meet new people. If it's a thing where there's going to be mostly couples, it's a great way to say to everyone, hey, for New Year's, my goal is to find someone. If you know anyone single, please introduce me. I mean, there's so many different things that we can say yes to that sometimes we just feel too much in a comfort zone and we'd rather sit home in our jammers and not get out. But how are we going to ever meet someone if we don't leave the house?
all right.
You want to add to that some, please?
Right. And and it's exactly what I was going to say. This is the one time a year you can't use that excuse. If you hate going out, if you hate going to parties and socializing, it's just not your thing. This time of year is the one time you need to get out and see other people and meet other people. And like you said, people, you have a glass of wine, you're going to relax, you know, obviously if you don't drink, but you're going to have a good time, you know, dress nice, appropriate, and pull yourself together. And you can't make excuses at this time of year because it's going to happen again. Every year you're going to have the same excuse because you don't get out all year long. This is the one time you need to make every effort to come to every party, every event, Christmas parties at work, whatever. And like you said, you never know who so-and-so will know, introduce you to, and right.
You know, I mean, just putting yourself out there and saying, hey, you know what, this year is going to be my year. This is what I want for myself. And if you know of anyone that's in the same situation, please, you know, make an introduction for me. So there's nothing wrong with asking friends and family who they know and who's single. And even if it's not really a great match for you, that's okay. They may introduce you to their cousin, their best friend. You know, the more you open that social circle, the more you say yes to, the more you put yourself out there with opportunities, the easier it's going to be for you to find the right person. So point being, say yes. Say yes.
Just say yes. Yes, I love that. I think this is the right time of year to do it. Exactly.
It really is. It is. And then let's talk, Julia, a little bit about the dreaded family time that we hear our clients talking about all the time. Well, I don't want to go. All they're going to do is ask me when I'm going to get married. Why am I still single? Have you met someone? Have you been seeing anyone? You know, what's going on with you? And what I usually like to tell people is to plan this ahead of time. Think about it. You know it's going to happen. So why not be prepared? Rehearse your answers. Think about your year and what you've done. Have you traveled? Have you gotten a promotion? You know, have you gone to any new events or any exciting adventures? And have these stories already prepared in your head so you can say, well, no, but let me tell you about this, and automatically change the topic into something interesting that they can say, wow, I'm so glad you're happy. So really, those dreaded questions can be used in a positive manner if you're prepared. So I tell everyone, be prepared. Go ahead and think about these things. Make a list on a sheet of paper if you have to. Memorize it. What are all the fabulous things that you've done throughout the year? And rehearse it for those nagging aunties and, you know, the ones that are going to be, well, what's going on with you? Why haven't you had any kids yet? Why are you still single? yeah, well, maybe it's just not right for me this year, but next year it's going to happen. But let me tell you about my new promotion at work, or let me tell you about this great party I went to last week. Have these things in the back of your head so that you can really just get in there, change the subject, show the good things that are going on in your life, and have people smiling.
Yeah, and I think also it's going to happen. People are always going to ask you, when are you getting married? Well, when are you going to be, why aren't you in a relationship? Once you are in a relationship, when are you going to have the baby? When are you going to,
Exactly.
It's always going to happen. So, I think if you give them a good enough answer, then you don't have to go into details about it and just say, there's nothing serious, but I'm dating. And, I'm really concentrating on work right now, but I'm dating when I have the time, and when it happens, and keep it short. You don't have to go into explanations. Now, of course, those of us that have Jewish mothers, that may not, we may not get away with it as much because they want to know everything. I mean, I want to know about my 16-year-old.
Julia, or Italian ones.
Yeah.
Or just as bad.
You have to just, laugh it off, shake it off, because people are always going to ask. So, keep it short and tell them, hey, I'm dating, but there's nothing serious right now, but you'll be the first to know.
Yeah, and then end it with a question, or start telling your story. Have those exciting things that you've done all year prepared, turn the conversation around, focus it on a question towards them so that the subject changes, but don't dread it. Just be prepared for it. I think that's really the best piece of advice we can give for those nagging aunts and uncles and grandparents. And
it's always going to happen. But it's the way you answer them, and having a positive attitude, and just giving it the right answer. And I know people dread it, but it's not that bad. They just want you to be happy. So just tell them something that will make him get off your case until next year. And, do the best that you can. And if you're seriously happy being single, and some people are for a while they're concentrating on their career or education, then say that. But say, hey, I'm dating, I'm meeting people every day.
Yep. Yeah.
That should be hopefully plenty.
Hi, Sue, you made it on. I see here. If you want to join in on one of the open seats, feel free, and I'll put you in. But moving on, let's go ahead and talk about there's one thing that really stuck out to me as I was kind of making our outline for tonight and surviving the holiday single. And it's taking a lesson from Charlie Brown. I know this sounds silly, all right, but I'm going to tie this in with something. And you don't have to be Christian, you don't have to be a Charlie Brown fan, but to understand that timeless message that the holidays are about love, the holidays are about family, about friends, about loving in all kinds of ways, all manners, everything. Being in a relationship is not the only way that you can be happy. It's not the only way to express love. So embrace the things that you do have in your life, the people in your life that you do love, your family, your friends, and show it. So let's just kind of take that lesson from Charlie Brown and carry it with us this season.
Exactly. And don't focus so much on the fact that you're single again this year, or for the second time, or you've been with someone, now you're divorced, but just focus on being with your family. And if you have kids, being with them and doing things with them, and then make it a point that after New Year's, you're really going to get serious about finding the right person. And, and it's funny because people always say, after the first, I'm getting started. Well, you know what? You can get started now. I can have you on a date tomorrow. There's plenty of people that are single, and they have time to go on a quick date. It doesn't have to be a long 3-hour date. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
well, and the other thing that
my
oh, go ahead, Julie. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay. Well, the other thing I was going to say too, in going down our list here, is to do things with your friends. We mentioned doing some volunteer work together and inviting a friend to join you. Charlie Brown now. If you have like for a girls' night, you can do goofy stuff like watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or The Grinch Who Stole Christmas and decorate Christmas cookies together. Embrace your friends, embrace your family, and it sounds silly, but you're gonna have a good time doing it, and it's the kind of stuff that's going to put you in the mood. It's going to put you in that Christmas and holiday spirit, and it may sound goofy, but, take everybody and get together and go pick a cream party, decorate holiday cookies, whatever the case may be. Stick fun with them.
I completely agree. I agree. Find other things to do, and most likely you have other single friends, or at least one single friend, and do something with them. Do something that you've always talked about and that you don't have time to do during the year. You both have time off. Go do something that makes you feel good. Go get a massage. Go do something for charity. Go, even just local events with kids. With those friends that have kids, why not join them? It only opens you up to other relationships, other possibilities, and other people.
Yeah. Keep all of the doors open, and as soon as you understand that, that's one that you will hold with you, and you'll start doing more and more of. Julia and I, as matchmakers, we both run our own meetup groups, but meetup is not just about matchmaking. There's so many.
Oh, it's a huge tool.
Yes, there's so many different things that you can get involved in. And just find something that has
I think Meetup is huge. It's been a huge tool for a lot of people, and just find people of the same that like to do the same things. Go on Meetup and search for different topics. If you like hiking, go find a group to go hiking in. Even if they're not single, I guarantee they know someone single. And there are even single events for everything on Meetup. It's great.
Yeah, and if you're interested in a book club or bike riding or yoga, whatever your interests are, there's meetups for every single kind of thing. So open up those social circles is what we're trying to say.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's great. And I think Meetup has been the best thing since Craigslist, where people were trying to find each other on Craigslist and it became creepy. I think Meetup is a much better place.
Definitely.
And it's a lot safer. I mean, I've gone to so many places and people are meeting there for their meetup group, whether it's to go see a show, to go see movies, to go see a play, a museum. And, every time new people show up, and I think it's great.
Yeah.
So take advantage of that for sure.
Well, and, tying in with the whole theme, I think that the holiday season is really a good time for us to work on ourselves. Everything that we're talking about so far is really what it boils down to is working on yourself. And to me, what I like to try to do when I'm working with my clients is help them to project the best version of their authentic self. And so in order to do that, you need to take this time and take a look back and think about what it is that you've done in the past year and what you can do differently next, what it is that you want out of life at this point, because we're at a different stage, obviously, than where we were last year. So it's a good time for reevaluation and basically just sitting yourself down and having that self-talk, that conversation about what you want to accomplish in the next year. And, whether it's through a journal or whether your goals are to get healthy, lose weight, quit smoking. I mean, we know the list. We know all of them.
Yeah.
But this is really a great time for it.
Right, exactly. And, I hate to quote Dr. Phil. I mean, he's great and all, but it's like what he says, how is that working for you? Whatever it is. So what did you do last year that you're still single? And is that working for you? You're still single. So try something else. And, when I have people that come up to me and say, oh, I have a wonderful friend or a sister, and I would love to have you set her up, but you know what, she's not into matchmaking, she's not into this, she wants to find a guy organically, or the natural way. Well, how is that working for her? Has she?
Yes,
No, she's still single, she's almost 40. So why not try something else? What's wrong with asking for a little help? I don't,
absolutely.
I was so happy when my grandma wanted to set me up. Mind you, she didn't really know what she was doing, but the fact that somebody wants to help you, I just feel like you should be grateful and try it. And a lot of times when we have clients, we'll set people up for free or for very, very low. If we're looking for someone, why not jump on that? Or even come to our events.
Yeah, come to the events. You
I
don't
don't
know
like
who
going
you're
to single.
going to
Well,
meet.
right, exactly. Well, nothing else is working for you. Why do you keep saying no to things? So that's just my point of view. So, yeah. Can you hear me? I think we lost connection.
Really, you've got to expand circles as you can, because
I think I'm losing you. I can't hear you. We might have to, hello? Might have to wrap this up. Can't hear you. I think I lost you, Miss Matchmaker.
hear me.
All right, I think we lost Denise. So thank you guys for joining in. We'll have to try this another day, and contact us either missmatchmaker.com or matchbyjulia.com if you are in Orange County, LA, Southern California area. Thank you.